Hello, my husband's been asking me to do YouTube videos for quite a long time now, and I've had a lot of hunches or feelings about things over the years, actually going way back to the 1980s. And I've seen a lot of the things that I've had hunches about come to pass. So I thought I'd do a real quick video. I've never really wanted to do YouTube, but anyway, this one I just thought I'd put out there and see what people have to think. There've been a lot of people that have been saying that we have, dark to light. If you follow the Q movement, dark to light, and that the enemy will be defeated. Things will get much better. That all kinds of things will happen. And honestly, I couldn't fit the two together, these events along with the Bible. And, the Bible talks about the Antichrist coming on the scene and a last day move of God, and that we're going from the church age to the millennium age. And this whole movement is saying, well, that's not for until later, that's not going to happen right now, that God's going to give us a time of refreshing, and that everything's going to go great, and that the evil's going to get defeated, and the tribulation's going to happen later on. And I couldn't fit the two things together. It didn't sit with me. And I've always felt that a great, big, empowering breakthrough is going to happen sometime between the months of September, of November, of a given year. I don't know what year, but I've always felt like it would be in our Northern Hemisphere fall. And it just occurred to me last night. I think that this dark to light, this defeating, this evil system coming down, all of this, I think it actually is the same event that the Bible talks about regarding things happening with this ushering in of the millennium and the end of the tribulation and the Antichrist. So I think actually it's the same event. I think the same thing is about to happen. I think that we are going to see a cataclysmic event that happens most likely in the fall, most likely sometime between September and November. I've never been able to shake that. I believe that people are going to rise from the dust, because we've all been living in the dust of, this life. The world is falling apart. I believe evil will be defeated when Jesus returns, but I do think that there's some kind of empowering coming in the fall where there's a cataclysmic event. The enemy intends it for evil, and there probably will be a so-called antichrist or somebody of this world, because the enemy was never given the authority in the spirit. The enemy was given the authority in the natural. And this natural world and the natural systems are about to come down. So, and God is about to bring them down. He's about to bring powers and principalities down. So I think we're going to see all these natural systems come tumbling down through a chaotic event that probably most likely will happen in the fall. And when and then at the same time, God will empower his people to rise up into the places that the enemy has occupied. And I believe that we are going to transition into a kingdom age from a church age. And when that happens, I believe that the Antichrist is going to rise up. Satan is desperate because he knows his time is short. He knows that Jesus is going to defeat him in the end, and God will win. But we're going to have a time where the Antichrist rules and reigns the natural earthly systems. But meanwhile, we have been empowered. And I do believe, because I've dreamt it 3 times, that we're going to have a catching up. I believe that we're going to be caught up. We are going to be changed. We're going to be empowered. Arise and shine, your light has come. That just like with Moses on the mountain, that there'll be like a great light that will come from us. We will be empowered to occupy and rule and reign spiritually in the millennium. But I believe we're transitioning into the millennium now. I believe that we are bumping right up against the great battle, the great spiritual battle, where Jesus wins, where God and Jesus win. And this video is really rough. I'm sorry, I've never done YouTube videos. I tried once or twice in the past, and it just really wasn't quite for me. But anyway, I think that alleviates a lot of confusion, or at least for me. I think that people have been putting what's about to happen as a separate event from what will happen in the tribulation, the Antichrist, the move of God, the last day move, the transitioning to the millennium. They've been placing them as separate events, and I don't think they are separate events. I think we're about to see that biblical event. Some people say the beginning of the tribulation, some people say the middle of the tribulation, but I think when a chaotic event hits, most likely in the fall, I believe that we are going to see a division in the church. I think we're going to see some people say, no, this isn't according to the Bible, and they're going to stay in church as they know it. I think the enemy is going to defeat those people. And I think the people that move with God into the new thing, which is this millennium kingdom age that is bumping up against the door right now, those people that move into that age, they're the ones that are going to be operating in these gifts and this empowerment and this spiritual, as the old natural evil systems of this world pass away. And there is going to be an Antichrist, and he is going to cause people to take the mark in order to buy or sell. And we're not going to be those people. We're going to be the people that move into the spiritual, and we are going to, because remember, Satan defeated Adam and Eve in the natural, but Jesus came and defeated the enemy in the spirit. So the enemy has never had authorization in the spirit. He's never had authority in the spirit. He's only had authority in the natural and in the earth. But Jesus is coming to defeat all that. So I do think that all this talk about this move of God coming and this empowerment, I do believe we're talking about the great event of the Bible where we're about to see these things transpire. And I do think it'll come through a cataclysmic event, a great catching up. Everybody thinks it's over, it's done, and it's going to affect the whole world. And I do believe that God's people rise up. We're going to be put in these places because powers and principalities are coming down, and that great battle is about to occur.